Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. So today we are going to spend some time with Lumiere and go for a ride. So what I'm going to show you is our grooming session, because what I did is I took him out to the outdoor arena. I was in different clothes because while I was grooming him, I had to take out all of his braids, which you're going to see, and I didn't want to be in my riding clothes. So let me show you that clip and then we'll get going. It's time for your makeover. You're going to look so cute. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna take his braids out. I'm gonna shock his mane, which I'll talk about, and then we're gonna brush it out, and then of course we're gonna brush his body. I'm not gonna go too crazy with his feather just because I would have to like wash him and all of that, and we are gonna be doing a spa day in a different video. So this is what the plan is for today. With Lumiere's main routine, we will do the braids a little bit different each time. Sometimes we do single braids like you see here. Sometimes we'll put them on both sides. Sometimes we'll do a double running braid. We'll do all different types of braids. And sometimes we'll just let it hang down loose so that he gets a break from the braids. But the reason you have to braid him is because you want to maintain the mane. Otherwise it'll get twisted. There'll be a bunch of knots. He'll lose hair. And actually he's getting some new hair growth on the top. So he's not rubbing it out. He's actually getting new hair growth, which is what you see on the top there, the little fuzzies. So I'm happy that it's even getting thicker. So when you first take it out of the braids, it looks like it's shorter because it's all wavy, but then after a day or two, it looks a lot longer when it straightens out. He is a really good boy for his braiding sessions, which makes me so happy because he has a lot of hair and it takes a ton of time. We usually keep the braids in for 1 to 3 weeks, just depending on the season and if I'm going to be in town or out of town. And his tail, we will sometimes braid. It just depends on, again, the footing and the time of year. Okay, the braids are out. It's super windy, so I might have to do a lot of voiceover, but now we're going to shock his mane. When I'm referring to shocking Lumiere's mane, what I mean is bringing it back to a restorative state using products. So I love Mainly Long, and I've been using them for years. They actually saw one of my recent videos and sent me some product, but I am not sponsored by them. I just absolutely love their products and they really work. And I like them more than others because they don't have like a silicone-based buildup. They actually add nutrients to the mane. So what I did is basically add half of the polisher and half of their restorative conditioner, and I mixed it together in my hands, and then I'm putting it all over his mane. So I'm lathering it. I'll also get up by the roots really well, and I'm going to do the same thing on his tail. So you basically want to use half and half. So every time I take Lumiere's braids out, I will shock it with this exact system. And I'll also add some polisher into the braids in between braiding and unbraiding. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the tail. So half of the polisher, half the conditioner, and rub it through. And I also add a little bit just to the tail because he has so much hair. And I'll add a lot to the ends too because of course they get a little more dry. Now I did cut 2 inches off of his tail like a while ago because he was stepping on it and actually pulling hair out. And I just don't think it's necessary for it to go way like on the ground and super long. I like this length a lot. Now I'm going to curry Lumiere using a rubber curry comb. And honestly, all of the horses are starting to shed. So that's very exciting. Not a ton of hair is coming off, but it's getting close. And we're going to have a big blowout here pretty soon, I think, with all of the horses. And it'll be really exciting to see the foals shed, to see what their colors actually look like. So he had a couple little brown spots, which I'm going to spray and sponge. You'll see that here in a second. And then I'm just following up with the soft brush to get any loose hairs. Now I'm going to spray on a finishing shine spray, which he wasn't too big of a fan, but he was still a good boy about it. We let the product sit for a little bit and the braids are out, obviously. So now we're going to brush through his mane, tail, and I am going to brush his feather. So I just sprayed some of that finishing spray on his feather, and I'm just going to do a quick brush on it because like I said, we're going to do a big wash and blowout a different day. And honestly, he is just being such a sweet boy. And for those of you who are not familiar with the channel or Lumiere, first off, welcome. Second off, he is a Gypsy Vanner Clydesdale Friesian, and he is 16 hands high, almost 16'1". He's a big boy, and he's considered a buckskin. And he is a gelding, but he was a stallion a few months ago. So I recently have purchased him. I've had him about 2.5 months now. Oh, and he's 7 years old. We're getting close to being done with his grooming session here. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick any clumps out of his feather, the mud, and brush through them. And then we should be all set with that. Okay, so you saw our grooming session. It went really well. He was such a good boy. He just looks absolutely magnificent with his mane. Now we are gonna put his forelock up while we're riding and working with him. I'll probably tack him up, do a little bit of groundwork, and then get on. And I also put him in the stall while I went in and changed, and I dragged the arena. So it is all ready to go, and now we just have to tack up.
What do you think, Lumiere? You're such a sweet boy. Okay, we got our saddle on. Now we got to put his hair in a little bun so the forelock stays out of his eyes and face. Okay, we actually are going to go with this look instead of the bun. I think he's more comfortable that way. So let's try that.
I am so excited to go for a ride on Lumiere. I'll be completely honest with you. I haven't even ridden him since I got back from vacation because we've been so busy with so many things that have been going on here, like Belle and a bunch of other stuff that I'll be sharing with you. A lot of it is positive, so that's okay. But I'm just excited to get back on him. Now, we've been doing a lot of groundwork and I've been spending a lot of time with him, but we need to kick it into gear because the weather's gonna be pretty decent, I think. So I wanna ride him as much as I can. You ready? He's like, I'm gonna fall asleep now. All right, horse lovers, I am super, super excited to announce our brand new lipstick, and it is inspired by Lumiere. And I have gone out of my comfort zone and personal preference when it comes to lipstick color, all for you because I've been getting these requests. So I am so excited to introduce to you Buckskin Beige.
Is this not the cutest freaking thing? And it has a little Lumiere on it. And it's buckskin. I'm just so excited.
So obviously I'm wearing this one today and it is a neutral nude color. I absolutely love it considering it's a nude. It gives like a clean, fresh look. And I know a lot of people don't like both colors. That's what I prefer. But I'm actually starting to love some of the more mild and neutral colors too. So I really hope you enjoy it. You can check it out, link in the comments. And it even has like a mini Lumiere on it. I just think it's so fun. I know, you're ready. He's like, why are we just standing here? It's also a great way to support us.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with our warm up on the lunge line. So some groundwork. Just gonna do a little bit of walk trot with him. And yeah, I did groundwork with him yesterday and the day before too. So I've only ridden him out here like once.
And he was pretty good when I rode him out here. So hopefully he'll be good today. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've gotten on you, huh?
He's just so beautiful and he really does have a kind nature. He just needs miles on him. Yes, you do.
I think next week I'm gonna try English on him. He's actually sometimes really weird about things touching his side. Like I put my DP saddle on him and he was like really freaked out about the billets touching his side. So we're gonna work on that. Again, he's a good boy. He's just a sensitive horse. And that's why I think eventually he'll be a really great horse. And I think he'll be more quote unquote safe. But right now he needs somebody who understands those type of things and somebody who can work him through that.
Oh, Ariel wants to say hi. We're working. Sorry. Sorry, girl.
You love all the boys. You love all the boys. Mushu and her groom each other all the time. She's very interested.
Good boy. Walk slow. Keep walking. Good boy. Okay, we're just gonna walk for a bit, then I'm gonna put his bridle on and hop on.
So I'm gonna try bitless with him probably late spring.
he was trained with a snaffle with a bridle. So that's what I'm just going to ride him in for now to get him, you know, just acclimated here. I mean, it takes months to get a horse acclimated, right? Like this isn't just like a few week thing. It takes a while. So we're going to ride in just a snaffle. And yes, I look like I'm English and I'm riding in a Western saddle and an English bridle, but I don't care. It's the equipment that works for him right now. And we'll get all stylish once I, you know, get him more trained and settled in. Each horse is just a little bit different, and the way I approach things can be a little bit different too. Like I have my methods, but you're not going to train each horse the exact same way. So a good reason to lunge horses on both sides is, number one, obviously you want them to be balanced, but number two, their eyes view things independently, meaning he can view something in one eye differently than he does the other, so left versus right side. So that's why it's important to, you know, get them to look at everything on both sides. That's also a reason why they might spook at something on one side but not the other, or vice versa. Yeah. Crazy eyes. Right, Lumiere? All right, we got to pay our treat tax before we get on. Yeah, you good boy. So cute. So cute. All right, we got our bridle on. We're going to go to the mounting block and hop on. You ready, big boy? He's like, I guess. All right, we are at the mounting block. Good boy, Lumi. And we're up. You're a good boy. Very nice. Let's go this way. Feels good to be back up here. Yes, you are good. Very good boy. Very good boy. Brake check. Whoa. Oh, that was good. Nice boy. Nice job. Okay. Let's go forward. Good.
Purchasing Lumiere has been such a dream come true. I mean, I never in my life thought I would even get to see horses like this, let alone own him. And I know he may not be everybody's cup of tea, but he is my true fantasy dream horse. Like, I just think he's absolutely gorgeous. And I am so excited to develop our partnership and our bond. He is still green, meaning he doesn't have a lot of experience or a lot of miles under his belt. So he understands walk, trot, canter, stop, steer, the very bare minimum basics, but he needs to develop suppleness, softness, and balance, which we've been working on. So right now he's being a really good boy. His energy feels good. He's responding, but he's kind of wanting to stop by the other horses and not get into the corners, which is all very, very normal. So we're just warming up right now, and I'm going to work with him, and hopefully we settle into our ride. So riding green or younger horses is not always going to look pretty, but it has to be functional. So that is our goal as of right now. I'm very grateful that he is here at Free Spirit Equestrian, and I know he's just going to blossom into a fantastic mount. I mean, he already is. Like I said, it's just going to be the fine tuning and putting in the time and effort. So he's not really distracted, like he's still listening and focusing, but I just think his brain has to connect more to his body, and he needs to learn where his feet are and understand his footfalls. Now I feel like we're a bit more warmed up. So a lot of people might say, oh, well, your leg is moving. Why is your lower leg moving? So I have to put leg on him to keep him forward and also to ask him to yield and move back to the rail. He's also not that soft in the bridle yet, but we're gonna get there one step at a time. So again, riding horses isn't always gonna be pretty, okay? You gotta make sure it's functional though. All right, now we're getting into the swing of things and he's moving out a little bit more. I feel a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna ask him to transition downward into the walk. I noticed he did respond immediately, so that was good. And he is a big horse, but I do notice that anytime he feels any bit pressure, he does gape, which means he opens his mouth. Now, when a horse gapes their mouth, it can be a few things. It can be dental pain. It can be they don't like the bit. It could be that they are just green and need some miles. So I pretty much think that's what it is with Lumiere. He just needs to gain some more experience. Experience and time is everything, and I will always say that. We're gonna give him a little break for a second. Now he's shaking because he's sweaty and itchy. He does that once he sweats. Now we're gonna cool out and just walk him and get his breathing down and get him relaxed. Honestly, for his second ride ever in the outdoor arena and him still being very new to Free Spirit Equestrian, I think he did a fantastic job. I mean, as far as how he reacted to everything. I mean, that's what I'm looking for at the beginning, okay? I'm just looking for a few good rides and just a calm demeanor. That was amazing. He did awesome. I thought that was great since I haven't ridden him for a while and it's only his second time being ridden out here. So you got sweaty, you worked hard. I think, you know, as long as you're doing groundwork and still being consistent, it's not going to make too big of a difference. I mean, if he just sat, that would be a little more interesting. But yeah, I've been consistent with him, just doing more groundwork, building strength, and then like I said, just other stuff came up. But now we're back in the swing. You itchy boy, you got sweaty. You got sweaty. All right, horse lovers, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything Free Spirit Equestrian or any Lumiere updates, and check out our buckskin beige at the Spirited Horse Boutique. I'll see you next time.